Usually, this is just another mediocre Mario sports title, but instead, Nintendo tries to get creative. Instead of using rehashed mechanics from other previous Strikers games, they introduce a completely new style of Strikers. While this does make the game a lot more exciting to look forward to, does the novelty of a Mario sport once again wear off, or is it a game that will keep you coming back from time to time? There's a lot of things to like about Battle League that I didn't expect to like. Truthfully, I expected this to be another mediocre sequel, but to my surprise, there are lots more to appreciate this time. Battle League is the perfect game if you're just in a fun and silly mood. Next Level Games takes the Mario characters to deliriously funny heights. In between goals and matches, the characters' personalities shine. In one instance, 5 Toads do a joyous airplane run across the field. In another, Wario butt slams a soccer ball so hard that it rockets forward in an explosive path toward the goal. There is literally no premise of this game, further adding to the surreal chaos of the matches. The game takes place on a giant, pellucid, extra-dimensional orb that soon produces a chimeric monster of a soccer field. A fusion of 2 completely different courses join at the center line. Imagine Peach's castle on one side of the court and the artistic Donkey Kong jungle on the right. And while the field customizations are nothing to get excited about, at least it adds a sense of variety to your match. It's an easy game to pick up with friends, as no tutorial is necessarily required. However, the game does hide a lot of in-game mechanics that need to be accessed in the tutorial. Lob passes and charge shots, which are introduced by the game's forgetful robot, can be extremely important, especially for when playing in online matches. Something that did bother me is how often I had to use lob passes and charge shots, as the field can be quite overwhelming. The field is smaller than in previous games, making passes and shots very tense and uncomfortable. Its roster is also relatively small, featuring just Mario, Bowser, Luigi, Peach, Rosalina, Yoshi, Toad, Donkey Kong, Wario, and Waluigi. But don't worry, free content is on the way. Just don't expect it for a while. Since character focus is months away, the game opts for customization. You can buy gear for each player that tweaks stats like speed, strength, passing, and weapons technique. In one of the more advanced cups, you'll face down a team of Toads, Fast Toad, Buff Toad, and a Toad that's just really good at passing. Rather than broadening its character offerings, like so many Mario sports games have done before it, Battle League instead deepens its cast, with adaptability and potential. It's rewarding too. Super Strike animations are hilarious and redeeming, basically a highly stylized line art that resembles an intense finisher from a sports anime. It does add necessary personality to characters that have over the years felt bland and tiring, but unfortunately, it doesn't remain as a long-term redeeming quality. Speaking of long-term quality, online multiplayer exposes more inferiorities than qualities. When playing single player, you can switch through any of the characters on the field, as an AI takes over the rest of the team. However, when playing on the same team with a friend, you need to be in constant communication over who is going where, and when they plan to switch. If not, you might change to the wrong character. If, for example, both try to switch to the forward striker at the same time. Playing on a shared team with a friend presents a lot of opportunities for anger and confusion. This also worries me about how the full online functionality will work out when it's live. While it is the best in the series, it isn't by a long shot, and it isn't necessarily an accomplishment. The continuous repetition of free updates coming soon is becoming quite tiresome and almost offensive. Expecting a fanbase to pay full price for a title that isn't even fully developed yet makes me suspicious of how far they can take this in the future. Mario Strikers Battle League will leave fans of the franchise quite satisfied, and will also be a good introduction for newcomers joining along for the ride. Regardless, the game has noteworthy problems that the average consumer can see right off the bat. This game, while mechanically better than most, still has obvious flaws that in other places that not only revolve around actual gameplay, but content as well. The lack of content in this game makes it challenging to recommend, especially with it being a full-price title. Unfortunately, it's another example of Nintendo's recent work that can provide long-term game value, and ultimately ends up being left on the shelf until opportunity knocks. This seems to resemble every Mario sports game ever, but at least when you do go back to it, it will provide you with a good time.